Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I'm somewhat at a loss for words about this particular bill. Obviously, I'm opposed to it. Not much has changed since the historic debate that we had just this past Friday and Saturday, where the minority forced a 24-hour continuous debate on this issue. And if we had any more gas left in the tank, we would have gone longer. Because it's important. There are many elements in this bill that I find morally objectionable. And it's something that we shouldn't even be discussing, but yet here we are. One thing that I will point out, this is on page 5, starting on line 4, talks about a fertilized egg, embryo, or fetus does not have independent or derivative rights under the laws of this state. That's some of the most extreme language that I've ever seen, especially when it comes to this topic. It's always something that's been discussed, but then to actually codify it into law, to put pen to paper and write that out, seems pretty cold and callous. Then you talk about prohibited actions on page 5, right? No public entity shall deny, restrict, interfere, or discriminate. And then you jump down to here on B, line 13. Deprive through prosecution, punishment, or other means. We had discussed this during debate about how this bill is overly broad. And we were given assurances that it would not affect other state statutes, but then you look a little further down to the application section. This Part 4 applies to all state and local laws, ordinances, policies, procedures, so on and so forth. We had a debate over parental notification. We even had a vote on that. We were assured that this bill would not affect that. But when the minority tried to offer a solution so as to make sure that that would remain the case, the majority voted it down. Let me also express to you what I see not in the bill. There are no protections in this bill against discriminatory practices, or discriminatory abortions based on the baby's race, gender, or disability. Now, as I said, there are many things that I object to in this bill, but I think absent those protections and those regulations, it kind of really details how extreme and radical that I believe this bill to be. And so, members, I would ask permission that we actually protect children from being aborted because they may be of a different race or ethnicity, that we protect them from someone who would want to abort them because they may be a boy or a girl or because they might have Down syndrome. And so I don't normally do this, members. One, I don't actually, contrary to what others may think, I don't normally come down on third reading, nor do I normally ask for a third reading amendment, but in this instance I will. So, Mr. Speaker, I ask for permission to offer L067.
The question before us is permission to offer a third reading amendment. That's a proper motion. Majority Leader Esker.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I would ask for a no on permission. This is a substantial amendment, which we know is not allowed on third readings.
Representative Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, I can't argue the fact that it is a substantial amendment. It is. And so, certainly if you want to go by the book, then certainly vote in that manner. But how I view this vote is permission to protect babies based on ethnicity, gender, or disability. So I'd ask for a yes vote because that's what that vote means.